Hey there, my name is Dr. Nought, and this is Orwell, Ignorance is Strength, and today, we're going to start with the Day 2 summary, because it's been a while. The way they've been releasing the games, it's been 2 weeks between each time I've been playing this. So, let's take a look at what's going on globally, and this should be our last day. So, the provocation, with the intention he had gained, with the attention, Raban Vart tried to publish a provocation aimed at the Pargesian president Cassart. Karen's arrest. We found a way to get Karen Levine Vart arrested to distract from the provocation. And the avoided provocation. We were able to stop Raban Vart from releasing the provocation against President Cassart. And these are our main players, the Vart trio. I still think there's like a funny business going on between these two. We have no evidence of them boinking, but I'm telling you. Episode 3, Synthesis. This should be the last day of Ignorance is Strength, so let's see. You're back again, just in time. We have need of you. I'm here at 8 AM, okay? I know this is only Day 3, but come on. What do you think? You managed to prevent Raban Vart's provocation forever being published. A good effort, and one that bought us time. In order to take advantage of the situation, Prime Minister Blaine has shifted his schedule to fly out to Triflith and meet Cassart to calm down the situation permanently. Raban Vart might have taken a severe blow, but he is far from giving up. Instead, he fired shots. See for yourself. Yeah, so we had images from us arresting Oleg Bakay, I believe. So let's just take a look. Let's take a look at the reader first. So the People's Voice home, we've got the headlines that start here. So, investigators avert catastrophe at the Circle Mall. That's good. I'm gonna click on these two, then go back. National Watch, the National Opinion, be on watch. So this is already April 15th. This, I believe, is the last day, and then, yeah. Last day of the previous game? I can't remember. Don't quote me on that one. Don't quote me on that one. Alright, what else do we have? Anything new down here? No, let's go back up then and work from the bottom. So, the People's Voice admin panel. Raban removed contributor status from user Ilya, from Danielle, and from Sean. So I think he's the lone person now. He's the lone person. Hope these are all, yeah. These are all as one. That's good. Could it be that our actions caused a bit of trouble among the ranks of the People's Voice? Good. Alright. Then we've got the People's Voice home. What's going on? War is inevitable. They are out to discredit me and bring down what the People's Voice stands for. But we are stronger. I'm not afraid of you, and I will not go away. The government's media manipulators are trying to attack me. And blah blah blah. So this is the new article. Came out today. Hashtag this is war. Hashtag down with the gov. Alright. They're out to discredit me and bring down what the People's Voice stands for, but we are stronger than them. I sincerely doubt that. I may have lost this battle, but the war is not over. We'll fight back against the traitors Cassart and Blaine, who own this manipulative government apparatus designed to keep us under control. The government of the nation have dragged my family into this conflict, and I will not let them get away with this. I'm still here, and so is the People's Voice, and we are loud. We have a strong group of supporters who are loyal and will help us get back on track. Know thyself, know thy enemy. We will fight back with a completely new People's Voice, resonating a kind of strength never before seen. I hereby declare war on the government of the nation. Now let's just add that real quick here. Who are trying to enslave their own people by manipulating the media. Down with the government, down with Cassart and Blaine. War, can you believe it? Who does this prick think he is? Agent, this has to end today. Bart will no longer undermine the peace in neither Parges nor the nation. If it's war he wants, we can accommodate him. We have our own arsenal, the likes of which Bart doesn't dare to dream about. When Orwell was created, the office requested a number of additional features beyond the day-to-day tasks of investigators. Influencer? Some top-level government members objected. They had the obnoxious idea to integrate an ethical codex into Orwell, limiting its capabilities. Naturally, this would not do for us. We are the nation's wardens, and we won't be restricted by some arbitrary set of rules. So we found a way, as we always do, to develop a branch of the Orwell project, the very piece of software you're using right now. Time to make use of its full potential. Oh yeah, the influencer! Unfortunately, we only get 1 day with it, but I'll try my best. There's a discussion in here, alright. This was yesterday, today. I will not put up with this. Grow a backbone, you cowards. Well, this is late at night, so let's go back. Actually, this is after we left. Raban, things are getting out of hand with the people's voice. All of these personal insults against you flying around on Blabber and your spiteful articles. We're long past the point of no return. We're no longer a group of journalists with thoughtful and considered rhetoric. Instead, the site has become a mouthpiece for an egocentric maniac who declares war against governments. I will not put up with this anymore. I quit. Oh. Raban responds, "You are such a coward. You always have been. Now that we finally see our influence growing, that our voice is being heard, that change is in the air, you just run off and quit? I should have known that when you signed on that you weren't built to stand this heat. Just another bag of air that chickens out whenever things start to get really interesting." Shannon responds, "Seriously, Raban, insulting our staff? What kind of leader are you? What kind of journalist are you? You have long stopped uncovering the so-called truth. You have turned into a liar and puppeteer yourself. You are no better than Cassart or Blaine, or the others that you keep criticizing. Count me out. I'm done. I will not put up with this. Grow a backbone, you cowards. Don't worry. I'll take away your contributor status. I don't need you anyway. If you're not willing to go all the way with me, you are against me. You've been in my way for far too long already." So they quit. Alright. Anything on the insider? Yes. So saw this, then this is what he must have done late at night. Demjan Cassart's History of Fabricated Elections, an investigative documentary of government fraud. Okay. And we got the influencer. Behold the influencer, the centerpiece of our very own version of Orwell. Not even the government has a clue this thing exists. Oh, really? You can spread a story through social media channels efficiently and thoroughly. I am putting you in charge of it. Oh boy. First, we need the thesis, a key statement which Raban made in his latest article. Okay, what am I doing here? That doesn't click. Oh, I see. So we go back here, we take the government of the nation have dragged my family into conflict, and we put this over here. The government dragging his family into the conflict. They should have clearly opposed Raban's actions and nothing would have happened. Well, we will counteract this claim accordingly. Let me see that in the influencer. Well, here we go. Here's how this works. We can't simply make up and randomly spread stuff. Instead, I need you to get me palpable information which can be used to counter Raban's statement. From pairs of data chunks that create a certain context together, I can construct a narrative which can then be spread in the influencer. So, find me data chunks to construct a narrative from. With the thesis set in the influencer, new data chunks may be discovered in old documents. Take a look around. Okay. I got a new portrait here. Wait, do we even have a portrait of her? Oh, yeah, of course we do. I don't need the new portrait. Thus far, the investigation has shown that the suspect was on the phone to her husband, Raban Bart. Alright, let's just grab whatever we can. Raban truly had some remarkable timing with his call to Karen. The wrong woman in the wrong place might turn out to be a windfall for us. This is good, but not enough on its own. All we need for this to work is some fitting context to mix it with. Alrighty. You're not willing to go all the way with me. You are against me. You've been in my way for far too long. Sure, why not? I'm just gonna grab everything. You, come here. Raban is becoming more and more unhinged, sensing betrayal around every corner. Yes, we can use that, but not enough on its own. We need a good context to put this into. I'll give you something to put it into. Hey, inappropriate. Are you telling me that it was her picture we need? No way. Oh, scroll. Alright, sorry. This is what we needed? Okay. Oh, maybe her behind bars. I get it. Mugshot. Just kidding. Okay, then there's probably in the listener? Hey, you, I found you. I will not allow you to threaten the reputation of the people's voice. Okay. What? Go. Oh, my Lanza. Alright, let me pick the right person first. Raban Vart is becoming more and more paranoid. He senses conspiracy and danger anywhere. Serves him right. He sees his wife as a danger to his work, and then she gets arrested out of nowhere. One could draw conclusions from that. Why not help people a bit with this? What do you think of this? Agent, the first narrative is ready to be spread through the influencer. To do so, drag it to the slot in the influencer window and confirm. Using the influencer is extensive and takes about an hour of time to complete. We'll only get very limited chances of spreading narratives today. Make sure they count. However, I should probably warn you. What's out there is out there forever, and information can be a most devastating weapon. Now, if you do the honors. So, do we like this one? Wait, can I... Hashtag blame on Raban. Did Raban Vart sell his wife Karen to the cops to get rid of her? Leaked chat protocol shows he had seen her as a threat to his work. Alright. That sounds good to me. Sure, spread. So this is going to take a while, eh? Oh, it's going... This is the internet, folks. It's going across the internets. So like bots are going around spreading this and stuff? Cool. The first information spread by your command alone. It's a beautiful thing, the destruction of truth, isn't it? I believe we pulled the right strings there. People have swallowed the bait, as you can see on Blabber. We had some good impact on his listener count. I have no doubt Raban won't let go so easily. I wouldn't be surprised to see an appropriate response from him soon. Perhaps you can find out what he is up to before he is actually publishing it, so we can prepare our next narrative beforehand. Okay, so this is the listener count dropping, is that what's happening? So we've got... Let's go to Blabber first, because, you know, I want to know what people are saying. Herman Leosov. Why were you on the phone with your wife when she was called at... Wait. When she was at the Circle Mall, Raban? Please don't tell me you are responsible for these bombings. Blame on Raban is the hashtag. No way, I do not have to answer to you, but I shall tell you this much. I had nothing to do with these bombings. You might want to point your finger at a certain corrupt government. Why was your wife at the Circle Mall yesterday? Did you order the Bonton bombings? Hashtag blame on Raban. Of course not, you are deeply misinformed. You told your wife to go to the Circle Mall so she would walk right into this trap. You're a monster. I did not, and would never manipulate my wife to walk into any trap. Whatever information or interpretation of such you have, it is false. Aha, we got you, bud. Alright, so we got the draft. In the dark caves of the endless information network they lurk, out to get any innocent victim standing in their way. As from now, I shall call them media monsters, the government apparatus designed to control our minds. These awful creatures, who cannot be considered human, are again trying to damage my family members in order to get to me. They cannot tear us apart. So this is the story that he's writing. His family is loyal to him. Oh, please? Oh, wait, I just did that backwards. His family is loyal to him? Oh, please. I wonder if Raban believes himself. What he writes there. In any case, let's see if we can shake up that feeling of loyalty a bit and prove Raban wrong. For himself and for the public. Agent, get me pairs of data chunks from which I can construct narratives that we can spread. Pay attention to anything we might use to put Ilya or Karen's loyalty to him in doubt. Like, maybe they're boinking. I'm telling you. So I think it would be in the listener, yes. Wait, we don't have. Where were they talking? Something new on the desktop. Nothing in the trash. New portrait was a rugby coach. No. He's got that picture, that little punk. Has been, yep, okay. We've already taken these things. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, we have her computer now? Sure. Alright, Ilya to Raban.
Brother, I can't believe they arrested Karen. I'm not sure what to make of it. What was she doing there at the mall? Today? In the middle of a police raid? Claims of misappropriating funds? That all sounds like total bullshit. I'm just trying to understand. Do you know anything?
This is not a good time.
It's okay. I understand. Sorry.
No, I don't think you understand at all. My wife has been abducted by ruthless government forces to get me and break me. Yet here we are, feign concern and immediately question what I know. Why? Ah, I see. You must have read it too. That I called her right before the incident.
Raban.
It is true. I called moments before. What does that mean to you, dear brother? She was there against my advice, to track down this impertinent army woman. Karen wouldn't listen. She just pressed on and ignored me. She suffered the consequences because of it.
How can you say that? She suffered the consequences of not listening to you, her wise and all-knowing husband.
What did you say?
How dare she defy the great Raban Vart? She was there, helping her patient, and you have no compassion. You are more concerned about being...
How do you dare say that? She is my wife.
Well, how dare you try to blame her for getting mixed up in all of this?
You insolent pest.
You have done nothing but snub me ever since we left the encampment. I've had it with this crap. For the record, if you hadn't kicked me out of TPV, I'd quit.
Go then, finally. You never cared for our cause anyway.
Alrighty. So, start down here. Raban. Just pressed on and ignored me, so thanks Karen Levine. Suffered the consequences. Now this is downright heartless, and then he talks about loyalty? Brilliant. And then, yeah, so he snubbed his brother. So those are two things that prove he's not really for the family, right? Perhaps a past transgression of some kind we don't know about yet. Or yet know about. Yes, we could use this to put Ilya's loyalty in question, but first we need something more concrete. Oh, I'll get it for you. What just happened? Lane cancels meeting for a surprise visit in Triflith. Okay. Nothing else over here. We go back to the reader. There's a new headline, which is the one I just said. Let's just click on it so we get rid of it. Alright. Now what? Banned access from phone. Alright, so we got the phone info. Ilya. This will lead us to find some background info on him. Maybe that past transgression. So now we finally, actually let's jump to Karen's desktop. Whoa. Have we read this today? I think so, so let's just jump down here. By the way, I've picked a location. I think we could have a beautiful wedding ceremony at Bonton City Park. No, we don't want that, do we? Isn't in love with... We don't want that either, do we? Nah. These are things that won't actually help our cause. I'm gonna disable it for now. I'll leave that open so we can see what the conflict is when it happens. I don't know if we've read that before, but I don't really care to. Okay. Psychological report, final report from the Rehabilitation Council. This is authored by Karen for Raban. I'm Karen Levine, and I've been working for Bonson Rehab as a clinical psychologist since February 2010. My specialist field is psychological trauma. Full details of my qualifications and project history will be provided separately by my employer, the Bonton Rehab Council. The patient is a Pargesian refugee whom I have been treating since February 2011. The patient was assigned to Outer Bonton Reception Camp, where he was treated for symptoms of PTSD. Traumatic events and severe injury that caused the patient to lose his ability to walk in his home country, coupled with his recent immigration to the nation, are the major contributing factors. The patient was initially very unresponsive and reclusive, even apathetic in therapy sessions. Occasionally, the patient would even switch to a rather aggressive tone when I pushed too much towards him, revealing details about his experiences and emotional state. This is probably due to the difficult conditions of living in the refugee camp for an extensive amount of time, which is very much in conflict with the patient's personality valuing strong individuality. Around the summer of 2012, the patient went through a sudden change. He seemed to become more outgoing, happier, and willing to talk more, though he was still trying to keep conversations superficial. Throughout the sessions, the patient has been opening up more and more, and I feel like we have been making tremendous progress. In addition, the patient also seemed to much more appreciated by fellow camp residents. What? As of writing this, I am unsure whether to attribute the change to the effects of the therapy or to external factors. Although the patient seems to have made a lot of progress during the past months, I strongly recommend to extend therapy and would like to keep him under close observation personally to ensure the progress achieved by the patient so far continues, and to determine the exact cause of the change in personality. I would therefore file a request for extending therapy by 6 months. But isn't that like unethical? Should I add these pieces of info? Let's hold on for a sec. Okay, this is for Ilya. Okay, so same kind of info, same kind of history, really. So let's go down here. While being very shy and unwilling to talk about details of his experiences for several weeks at the beginning of therapy, the patient has slowly become more outgoing and open after several sessions. His optimism and overall social and friendly character, as well as a tendency to look at the bright side of things, has helped him a lot to get through the psychological trauma of the hardships he and his brother faced back in Parges. As the patient slowly opened up, he especially emphasized his heroic escape from military service in Parges at multiple occasions. He also seemed to become more and more interested in myself and my private life, making it difficult for me to maintain my professional distance as a therapist. I also talked to him about his brother and his increasingly reclusive behavior, urging Ilya to assist his disabled brother. The therapy is regarded as successful, and I'm happy to dismiss my patient as largely recovered from his symptoms. However, I feel that it would be very important for him and his brother to leave the refugee camp as soon as possible in order to maintain their mental health. I'm gonna like not actually click on any of those for now. So we did the private. That was in the rehab council. What's in the trash? Beautiful Dewhurst. It looks like a travel brochure to a city in the nation called Dewhurst. Alright, we'll come back to that. Yeah, we've got a lot of things waiting. Let's go over here. I'm guessing some of the conflicts are gonna jump. So wait, what? I'm telling you. Why is her picture here? Okay, he's totally playing Pokemon or Magic. Nice hand, buddy. Which way do we go? This way? No, this way? There you go. That's so wait, let's go back here. Nice hand. Cassie, Watergate, Christmas party. Wait, Cassie? Why is this not a thing I can... Huh, interesting. Okay. Back to the desktop. Sky chat. So this is between the two of them. Yeah, we've already read this one. Not much going on. This is between him and Cassie. So let's talk about it. Or let's read it. God, I'm so sick of this place. How do you keep up with this, Ilya? Every time I see you, it seems like nothing ever troubles you. I'm holding on to my dreams, Smiley. You know, one day I'm getting out of here. I can feel it. I'll only do the stuff I want to then. Huh, didn't think you'd be one to call it quits so easily. Nah, it's not exactly easy. Truth be told, I often dream about quitting. Not just quitting, but getting out and away from my brother. Alright, I'll take that. From everything and everyone, but I can't leave him. He needs me. I feel you. Not surprising with a brother like that, especially if you got belittled by Raban all the time. This would make for a fine story. Give me a moment. Wait, you're done already? We now possess one narrative we could potentially spread. However, we can only hit Raban after he has published his next article. We'll need to bide our time for the moment. Use that time to dig for more narratives. Give me everything that could be of use. Alright, cool. So we could choose from a bunch of narratives probably, so that works. So in here, yeah. I can't imagine how. Just had to look at that Xmas party photo of you on my phone. You seem so carefree. Your parents are crazy rich people. Nothing should be worrying you. Crazy rich assholes, more like. We argue about the course of the company constantly. Blue hair? Are you even thinking? You don't represent the values of the company with blue hair. It's always the fucking company all the time. I get it. My brother can be like that at times. Shit, that's ugly. Thought they were kinda nice. For the cameras only. If you hate it that much, why don't you go then? How? It's what they call the golden cage. Life is nice and they feed you with silver spoons and shit, but there's no getting away. Not from family. You can't run from a name. Yeah, right. Cassie, what would you really like to do if you could just walk your own path? Art. Definitely art, always loved that. I know it sounds kinda dumb. Doesn't sound dumb to me. Keep dreaming. One day, perhaps. Yeah, if lightning strikes me or something. So that's it. This way. Damien Morgan. Hey dude, didn't find the chance to congratulate you. Oh yeah, that was the... okay, so yeah, we read that before. Okay. Playing location last 24 hours. Your e-ticket wallet is empty. Contacts. Karen Varge. Don't we know this? Or I guess not. How do we not know this already? Oops, what happened? Oh. Why can't I scroll down? There's Cassandra too. Never forget, ask Uncle Simus about Captain Ilya Janeway. What? Come to me. Okay, there's actually a lot less info here than I was really hoping for, but wasn't there just a... Apparently not. We might have to deal with this stuff here. I'm not seeing anything else anywhere. So let's just take a look quickly. I don't want to deal with the piece of info that's anything that's in conflict. Let's just go through here. So Ilya, optimistic, good-natured. That doesn't really help our narrative, does it? This is Raban. Let's take these ones. Very unresponsive. Yeah. Considering the trauma he endured when his school got bombed, this comes as no surprise. Yes, that's true, but we got something else. Ah, here it is. Wait, what? Discussion. So this is from a while ago? Ah, I knew you liked our therapist. You know, I always look forward to those sessions with Karen every week. Lucky you, the way she talks about you. She seems to be fancy you. She always treats me like a child. Ilya, stop it. Our situation in this camp is terrible. We are being treated like animals. Yet all you can talk about is your dumb crush on a therapist. Karen fancies me. Doesn't like me one bit. We could take this. That's the one that's in conflict here. I'm gonna go back to right where I was. Got it. She doesn't like me one bit. It's her job to be nice, and she gets paid for it. So snap out of your daydreams finally, will you? Do you realize we have no way to get out of this shithole and live a normal life anytime soon? We might rot here for years. We can't go back to Prava. But I also cannot stand this godforsaken camp much longer. He also can't stand, to be fair. It makes me sick to even think about it. We have to find a way to escape the refugee camp at any cost. Boom, take that. I'm gonna take this too. Getting out at any cost. Yes, this could definitely be useful if backed with the right fact. No, there's no right fact here. Unless we take this. Let's take this one. Make it seem like she doesn't even love her husband. Their love is but a fake. How sad. It's missing a piece to let Raban really doubt her motivation, though. I know, but if we get those creepy photos on the phone. Raban Vart publishes article. We can strike now. Remember, you are still able to dig for more narratives, so you may want to do that before you spread anything. As soon as you are ready, spread the narrative that seems most promising to you and the influencer. We only get one chance here. Alright, well, we're clearly gonna go for more because... You know, I want to see what other options I have. The media monsters have no chance against us. We will always fight back. I will not let them destroy my family. My dear wife is and always will be on my side. So this is an octopus sucking out the brain juices. I don't even know. Cool picture though. In the dark caves of the endless information network they lurk, out to get any innocent victim standing in their way. As from now, I shall call them media monsters. So we read the rest of that. I am heartbroken about what happened to my wife at the Circle Mall, yet they claim I sent her there. I was to blame. The only reason why she was involved in this was because she was too committed to caring for one of her patients who was working there. Yes, it is true that she was talking to me on the phone while this horrific bomb went off, but all I was trying to do was to talk her out of seeing her patient and get her back home. I know one thing for sure. While I am left in distress, fearing for my wife's life, they cannot and will not tear us apart. My family members will remain loyal to me as they have always been. Oh, really? So this is the new thing. It's just that. Okay. What is new on the home page here, yo? Nothing else here. Alright, whatever. I don't know. No pending article draft. Okay. I'm not sure what... Can I take something here? Oh, maybe I didn't click... Oh. I apparently didn't click on that exact link. Alright, so let's go back here. We've got... Yeah, got a few things. Took care of this one. Let's take care of these things. So Kieran wanted to extend Raban Vart's therapy. How awfully caring of her, or maybe not. Considering she didn't even like him and she intended to observe him, we might be able to get Raban to doubt Karen's motives. So how does that sound? Fake marriage. Karen, wife of Raban Vart, admits, I married Raban because I wanted to observe him. He was very unstable. Ho ho ho. Haha. I like that one too. That's kind of like more... You got the brother thing, but that's kind of like more, It's pretty rough. Let's try this. I don't know if this is... We're not going to make a narrative out of this, are we? Raban got better all of a sudden. Something important must have happened at that time. I know. But what? But what? Then we got this here. So, I don't know what this... We don't have the data chunk that that's conflicting with. And this is about Ilya. So let's just add that and see what happens. I'm not going to dwell on this too much. If I can't figure out what this is about... Ha! I'm sure this can be changed. I might just add this. Just do it. I don't care. Let's see what happens. That's quite the feat, escaping from service in Parges. Is that it? So... Let's add this and see what happens. I don't know. Can we get like an invite to the wedding or something? Very picturesque. Maybe you can find a photo somewhere. Wasn't there somewhere? Where is Didn't we... No, not that, obviously, not that. Off me. So what am I missing? There's something around here somewhere, but I'm not finding any more pieces of info we haven't used yet. Now the thing is... Insert call sign. Oh, too bad I can't take that. I have no piece of information on that. What other databases do we have? Picture. Oh, pictures here. Yeah. Okay. So their wedding was at Fontaine City Park. Okay. So, was this the happiest day of my life? I'm not sure. I was happy though. Was it a rushed decision? Maybe it was in hindsight. There were ups and downs, but if our marriage has brought any good, Raban and Ilya finally didn't have to endure that awful camp any longer. Who do we put that? So, there you go. This is the one. Give it to me. Why did I click on her? Give it to... yes. Permanent residency is granted upon marriage to a citizen, with the spouse as well as family members. Thinking about Raban wanting to escape by any means necessary, It sounds like he could have arranged a sham marriage. Let me get a bit creative here. This is the one I want. This is the one I want. Plan to escape from Richard by seducing their therapist. Give it to me. Yes! Always gotta bring in the sex, you know what I'm saying? It's spreading! Alright, there, it hit Blabber. Now it's going to the hologram, and it's going to the Smother, and then they're going over to the Twitcher, and then they're going to the booked face accounts, and then they're going over to the library. Happy with what you have achieved? Are you being nice or are you taunting me? Attacking Vart's marriage was a good idea. Very personal. I believe many of his followers took this to heart. Raban has taken a blow, but he's not going down yet. Speaking of which, let's check on what he is up to writing. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We gotta make things personal, because that's ultra mean. So I'm going as personal as possible. Alright, so let's go Blabber first. Your hashtag fake marriage shows you are a complete fraud, especially since you claim that you plan to return to your home country anyway. This should be illegal. It is illegal. Neither my wife or I married for any other reason than it's none of your fucking business, so back the fuck off, you fascist asshole. The uprising against the government of Parges has begun. The angry crowd in front of the presidential palace in Triflith is growing. Raban is the one to thank for this, and hashtag fake marriage is a fabricated story, distracting you from the truth. We're going to win this media war. Ah, I knew it. Fucking immigrants setting up a hashtag fake marriage in order to get into the country. Go back to your own goddamn country and stop annoying us with your pathetic blog. My wife would never consider herself one of your women. Losers like you make me vomit. Raban, is it true that you did not marry out of love? Does that mean you might be single again soon? Hashtag fake marriage. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, taking advantage of the situation there, is she? Karen's timeline. So, Elizabeth Levine. Dear friends, unfortunately Karen will not be available anytime soon as she has been arrested. We are deeply troubled by this news, especially seeing as Karen has always been a law-abiding, truly good citizen. I cannot help thinking that all of this would never have happened if my daughter hadn't entered that fake marriage with Raban to change his refugee status. It devastates me even more that she broke all contact with me after that. This refugee scum is the worst thing that ever happened to her. Oh my god, never thought this would ever happen to Karen. If you really want to point fingers, your parental incompetence might be a more likely reason for this, considering you are trying to dictate who Karen can marry. Oh my god, what happened to poor Karen? This can't be right! I know Raban, he is a good man, and I am sure he will get Karen out of this. That's her mom posting on her time? Oh my god. Alright. The media are trying to distract you from the truth. Blaine and Cassart are conspiring against us. Why is the focus of attention not on one of the most pressing and obvious issues? Is it not curious that during a national crisis like this, while Bonson is threatened by terrorists, the Prime Minister is leaving the country? Is it not weird that he is meeting Cassart, who is throwing him a military parade party, supposedly due to negotiation meeting? Falling back into old habits, are we? Bart is trying to shift the attention to Blaine and Cassart's meeting. It's a one-of-a-kind opportunity for him to back up his conspiracy theory. Reports say there are already people gathering in front of the presidential palace. The two are meeting, attempting to stall the talks in the name of the people's voice. We cannot let his claim go unchecked, but the situation there might escalate. Not on our watch. If he's into conspiracies and hidden agendas, how about us playing the same game? I'm certain you can get me enough information to let me construct our own little conspiracy theory. Keep in mind, we have to hit Raban Vart hard this time, very hard. We must break his follower base. Alright, I'll let you type that out, but I'm gonna do this. The answer is, this is bullshit. Negotiation is not what the national government wants. They want power. This is what you should really be worried about, you mindless idiots. Is he just calling his readers idiots? Alrighty. Now what? Her mother was opposed to her marriage. Yeah, let's grab this. We can get some info off Elizabeth. So she is the daughter of Elizabeth Levine. Against this backdrop, it's quite remarkable Karen professionally counsels refugees. We'll wait for this other thing. I stand for the nation's values. Elizabeth Levine for mayor. We will never stop standing up for our values. Although Elizabeth sadly was not get elected as mayor, she won't stop to promote and uphold the values that we all hold dear. It is not yet clear whether Elizabeth will be involved in Hillbury politics in other ways. But one thing is certain, we will stay loud and proud, and stand up for what we stated on this campaign website. Alright, so we've got a lot of things. So the party supports Karen Levine's work directly via state funding. Okay, whoa. Okay, let's take that. Ha, I bet Raban has no idea about Karen's entanglements with the party, nor has anyone of his followers. We should let them know, maybe. We need a little more backing if we truly are trying to put the blame on Karen here. That's if we decide to do that. Let's take a look at the issues. Tradition and culture, supporting families, education, small businesses. Yeah. Okay, so her brother, Maxwell Levine, is a well-known lawyer in Hillbury. Take that. Seems that investigator you're paired with got the Bonton bombing's perpetrator. I'm impressed. Oh yeah? Yeah, impressed with me from another universe, essentially. So new headline, yes. Uh-oh, sorry. What's the news here? What do we... Oh, here. Exclusive interview with Elizabeth Levine. Oh my. Okay, so let's start down here. I'm not going to read everything. Well, it's very obvious that your campaign is primarily based on a hard line against immigrants. In that light, don't you think it's a bit peculiar that your own daughter is working as a professional counselor for those refugees you are trying to send back? Levine, my daughter Karen is a kind-hearted person who assists all different kinds of people with any kind of psychological problems from all over the world. Yes, there may be refugees among them, sure, because my daughter doesn't discriminate. In any case, you can rest assured that my daughter Karen stands firmly behind me, as does my whole family. It's a conflict. That's a conflict? I guess. So I think we want her, let's do this. We want her to be behind the family who's anti-immigrants. I certainly didn't expect them to be that close, to be honest. Good for us. Yeah. Together with that financial support from the party, this should look all kinds of fishy, especially to Raban himself. Here, consider this one yourself. Traitor wife. How Karen, wife of Raban... Yes. Cannot spread it yet, though. Not before Raban publishes this article. Keep searching around. Wife of Raban Vart secretly works for the party and gets financed by them in return. Oh yeah. Got some emails. Let's go back here. We're not gonna do this one as kind-hearted. Yeah. But not only does your daughter specialize in refugee counseling, but she is also engaged to one, none other than Raban Vart, who is the author of a blog that is highly critical of the government. For sure, you must be aware of that. These are nothing but vile rumors, pitiful lies, I assure you. Simply made up to question my credibility, most likely by the very same person you just called out. You said it yourself, Rabanvart is critical of the nation and its government, and he won't stop at any falsehood. Did you know this impertinent person invited soldiers into a school? Is that bad? Probably. Cool. By that, Vart may have drawn fire directly to the school. Why would he consider such a thing? How mindless can he get? He deserves to go down, and so he will, by our hand. Into a school, which then was attacked because of his actions. I bet this is news to you, Jeffrey. Yes, I've done my research. Have you done yours? My daughter is doing no such thing as marrying him. No such thing. Alright. So this is city of Prava. Pargesian army will protect Prava Secondary. 4 comments. Started by Raban. It has been done. In light of the conflict brewing with the FTP, I have managed to make a deal with Oleg Bouquet, whose unit from the Pargesian army will protect our school. I assure you that your children will be safe. I hope this helps to convince you not to take your children out of school yet. 'Cause he was the principal, I believe. So there you go. So this is why Oleg and Raban met at the school. They had some kind of protection deal going on. Sounds extremely dumb to me. This may prove to be very valuable indeed. The only thing missing is a questionable reason for Raban having chosen to do it. We shall find that out, maybe. Raban published his article. The time to strike back has come. You can go on searching for more material to create narratives from, though. Please take your time. Oh, I shall. When ready, strike Raban as hard as you can. We need to make this count. Yeah, we're gonna see what else we can find quickly. Because the wife narrative is fine. So nothing else is going here, but I really want to see what we could get. Oh, nice Photoshop. The big conspiracy you should know about. We kind of read this. I'm not going to do much more. We know what the gist is here. Let's keep looking. So nothing's here. Fine. We have some things going on here. E-ticket. One adult. Ticket type. One-way Bonton Transregional. Okay. Ilya is making a run for it, it seems. Who can blame him? Why, we could, of course. Maybe he'd consider staying if the news would turn out to be against his liking. So as long as we do this before 5, I assume? I thought there was something else in here. Or was it? Oh, it was a listener. So, from Oleg to Raban. I have to disappoint you. Raban, I'm not quite as dead as you had planned. Not yet. Maybe soon, but for now, I found a way to at least write this email. I didn't expect you to sink so low as to work with the office. That's why I couldn't figure it out back then. But the recent days have opened my eyes. The arrest. All those interrogations they put me through. You're with them. It's the only way you may have obtained internal info on me and created that leak. Yes, I have been working with them as well, but tell me, what choice did I have after they arrested me, tortured me, forced me to become this? Now the office wants to get rid of me. Else they wouldn't have sent me to that godforsaken shelter. And in your blind rage, you became their tool. Because of what? Did you really think me behind what happened to Prava Secondary? My unit was being targeted by someone unknown, that was all. For God's sake, Radka died in that bombing, you fool. Why in all hell would I kill my own daughter? Fuck you, Raban, and your empire of lies. From the bottom of my heart, we'll both meet each other in hell for the mistakes we've made. As soon as the office is done with you too, Oleg. Alright, let's grab this. This is all stuff on Oleg. So he thinks that... Oh, whoops. Raban is working with the office. This would all be so much easier if he was. I don't know where that came from, but there is no way we can build a conspiracy theory involving us directly. Alright, well if that's the case, we'll turn that off. Let's do this. This is what their deal was about. Not protection for the school, but shelter for the army. At least, probably. So Raban practically sold the school shelter to the Pargesian army, as I read it. Very careless of him. So army lover, former principal Raban Vart sold school shelter to Pargesian army prior to school destruction through bombardment. Okay. And this is... yeah. What a tragedy. We knew she had been present that day. That's it? Okay. And then David Johns to Raban Vart. Know that I stand with you. Raban. Could not help but notice that you seem under a lot of fire from all sides most recently. Even some of your most trusted followers are turning their backs on you. But not me. You have been through some dark times before, as you have trusted me with. Remember how you told me that Ilya got your parents Anastasia and Milovan in deep trouble, and you saw no way out? And here you stand nonetheless, because you have pulled through. I see what I can uncover to aid you. You'll hear back from me soon, David. Okay, okay. Let's go here. Let's grab this. Yes, more documents, that's what I want. In what kind of trouble? I don't know. What are you asking me for? Alright, we are the Pargesian people. Our government is corrupt. The Khazar regime was never interested in protecting the freedom of the Pargesian people. More and more opponents of our government have been arrested, and we have to stop watching and start acting. The Pargesian people will no longer sit and watch their country being taken away from them. We have to start resistance against Demjan Khazart and his authoritarian administration. Okay. Who's this, written by? This is a while ago. Anything? Nothing's going on of interest. Alright. Welcome, Captain Ilya Janeway. Please enter your password here. Oh, really? Is it this? Oh, no way. Nice. That was completely a guess. Okay, so let's start old family communication. So this is from the mom. Dear family, your father and I decided to use this digital message board for our family communication, as we do not believe our telephone is safe anymore. More and more members of our community have been disappearing recently. We need to be as cautious as possible. Please use the message board as a primary channel from now on, especially if you mention other family members or places where we meet. This is an old abandoned board of an initiative we took part in some time ago. It should be secure and unknown to authorities. So this is Ilya. Holy moly, I didn't expect that, Mom. You two were revolutionaries? You never mentioned a thing. Let's see. They weren't members of the FTP, were they? Raban openly criticizes Khazar all the time. I doubt we can gain any benefit from knowing his parents may have done the same thing. Oh, just wait. It's quite bad, but do you think it's necessary to be this cautious? Please, Ilya, this was a peaceful resistance movement, not that revolutionary. Your father thinks it's safer to communicate here, as they might wiretap our phone. What is up with that stupid pseudonym of yours, by the way? Is that the one you use in those chatter rooms all day? Call the chat room, mother. Please, just do us a favor and stick to this message board, Ilya. For God's sake, please pick a secure password so you can remember. Password you can remember. Raban, we would like to invite you over for Uncle Simos's birthday next week. It would be great if you could join us. Very well. I'll join you in the evening after rugby. By the way, Uncle Simos wanted to invite Oleg Bakay. Just because his family lives next door doesn't mean we have to show hospitality to followers of the Khazar regime. It's too much of a risk. Is that pertinent? Probably not. Seems they were once literally closer than we thought. So the father now. You're right, honey. We cannot afford to be careless here. I will talk Simos out of it. Raban, Mom, Dad, Oleg is a good man. The world is not simply black and white. He may be a soldier in the army, but he wouldn't endanger us. I think he should come. It's a shame Cassart has managed to drive a wedge between people in our community. Sorry, son. I just don't think it's a good idea, especially not putting him next to my elderly brother who talks very bluntly about hating Cassart and his followers. But Kay has always been overly patriotic. Police are already beginning these Gestapo-style observations, and it is scaring the hell out of me. But maybe you're right. We should give him a chance. Alright, back. Then we got this. I don't want to join this stupid war. I just got a note telling me to report for duty by next week. I was drafted, says Ilya. They're coming to take me if I don't report in. What am I going to do? I don't want to join this goddamn war in this horrible army. The army of Parges forcefully recruited a lot of men into their ranks when the conflict with the FDP erupted anew. Seems Ilya has been no exception to it. Anastasia, please don't panic, Ilya. We are going to take care of this. There must be something we can do. Raban, you know Oleg Bakay well. Is there a chance you can talk to him about this? I heard he's in charge of the unit stationed here. Can you help Ilya to get out of this? I will see what I can do. Try not to worry too much, Ilya. I am going to talk to Oleg and get you exempted from service. It might cost me a few favors and take some time, but I will get you out, I promise. He's a reasonable man. First, I need you to go report in anyway. Don't give them a reason to arrest you. That will only make things much harder. Yes, okay, thank you. Alright, let's add this one, and then I might be a little more picky, because we have to send something out before 5, I think, right? This may well be the true reason Raban made that protection deal with Oleg, don't you think? Whether true or not, we could let everyone know. Lousy deal. This one could be a good one. We'll see. We've got one more. Mom and Dad are gone. They took them. They sent soldiers to our home. It was so horrible. They started hitting Dad and yelled this was his punishment. Mom tried to fight them off, and then they started hitting her too. These bastards just took them away, and now they are gone, Raban. What should we do? You have to help us. Raban, please check your goddamn messages for fuck's sake. So this is interesting. The army, I'm assuming? Yeah. Truly horrible. Then again, as a punishment for what? Maybe they deserved it after all. What's going on over here now? Yeah, he's gonna leave. He's already at the central station. He is really going to follow through on this plan then. So if you want to try and do anything about that, better hurry up. Alright, well I guess I have to do this. Let's do this. Sounds good. Let's write it. I was thinking we could have done something if we could have found the reason behind the parents, but I didn't. So this one's a good one. The hashtag lousy deal. Oh, is he going? He's going. He took a train or whatever. I mean, we should be about done here, I think. Like, how late do you want me to work? It's all spread and done. The fact that Raban made the deal to help his brother decreased the impact our narrative had. Oh shit. Good work, but not good enough. Raban is still around, and he still has a loyal follower base. So, what absurdities does he dare to claim this time? You're gonna make me work late into the night? That's not cool. So, yeah. Turns out that wasn't the best. And he is gone. Ilya is out of the equation, though I'm not sure whether that will make our life easier or harder. Okay, so Ilya's gone. Interesting. You sold the Prava secondary shelter to the Pargesian army. How could you do such a thing? You endangered the lives of those kids. Don't you see how they are manipulating you? This is nothing but a lie spread by the government to bring me down. That lousy deal was a mistake. You are a hero, Raban. Your traitor of a brother does not deserve your help. I appreciate your loyalty, but I will not let you insult my brother. I can't believe Ilya was part of the Pargesian army. How could he betray us like that? Betray us all like that? And how could you have made that lousy deal just to save such a traitor? I had my reasons. I do not regret my decisions. Ah, you're not denying it. He's not denying it. National government kills. The national government ordered the shelling of Prava Secondary. What? Dude, come on. So we gotta get behind what happened there. He's blaming the nation for his own faults. Our own army attacking a school. We're the peacekeepers. It's high time to turn things around. This has to end now. We cannot let these preposterous lies stand. We will destroy Raban Vart. You will, now. Get me something that shows beyond any doubt that the nation isn't the one to blame here. Yes, ma'am. So Raban to David. David, your loyalty to me is beyond any limits. You have been with me from the start. The people's voice would not nearly have become what it is had you not been there. You're more than a fan. You're more than a fan. You're a true friend. But I'm tired. I've been writing furiously all day to this point. My little tootsie fingers hurt so much from all this typing. And look where it got me. Nowhere. Everything around me is falling apart. I have no one left. Even my followers are turning their backs on me. Oh my gosh, you're losing subscribers. It's over. It has to end. I want it to end. Thank you for standing with me. I know, when I lose one subscriber, I stand on a ledge for 2 hours contemplating life. David Johns again. You had mentioned him before. Regardless, it doesn't matter what role had with the people's voice. What matters is only the destruction of Raban. Well, I know, but we need more documents because I'm coming up short here. Alright, an unsung hero that you need to know about. I cannot believe you published that article without consulting me. Wait, didn't we read this already? Alright. So this is lied for about his brother Raban Vart in the past. He doesn't want to be seen as a hero. Ilya is out of the picture. Well, who cares about this? But I'll add it because that's just how I work. Wait, what exactly did Ilya lie about regarding his brother? Well, let me tell you. Called him a hero. Called him a hero. Go! Oh, that goes for Raban. Ha! But despite this, he has profited a great deal from being considered a hero. Raban Vart is a sad joke, bereft of moral standards, and he is going down. Not your friend. Raban, it's a lie, it's all a lie. I'm not your friend, I've never been. I can't fully explain it at this time. I've only been here recently. I've just been informed that you're about to claim the nation bombed your school. You have no idea how right you are. I realize this may be my last chance of getting out of this mess. Wait, what? So I got my hands on some internal documents for you. What really happened at Prava Secondary, it's all in there. We'll go there in a sec. What? How does this personally confidential information to Raban? Wait. Are you gonna say she? This is very troubling news. I'm not aware of anyone of our own people with this name, though. I'll turn this David Johns into a target person. You may want to investigate if you so desire. Remember, though, that Raban Vart remains the primary target. It is something to obliterate him with. Except we're gonna find out that this is... I will try to get you more. Keep an eye on new Perkle Leaks documents. For now, I must keep my head down. They will now come for me. Hit them as hard as you can. Operation Calvary. Description. This document describes an incident in which the National Army bombarded a Pargesian school. The army of the nation had been well aware of the fact that many students and teachers were in the building at this time. The school had been used as a bomb shelter for many weeks. On December 6, 2010, national troops started shelling the school, leaving it completely destroyed. Afterwards, the ruins were searched by military with the help of civilians looking for their children. Soldiers Oleg Bakay and Alexander Petkovic were the only survivors on the side of the Pargesian army and were secured from the shelter. There was only one known civilian survivor whom the Pargesian soldiers had managed to save, but was still seriously injured. The school's principal, Raban Vart, had been found wounded and retrieved from the ruins. When encountered by civilians, Raban Vart was met with extreme aversion and had to be protected from them by the army. The report reveals that the order to open fire had been given by a supreme command within the government of the nation, who had stated that the school was occupied by terrorist group forces of true Parges. This turned out to be untrue, since there were only civilians and Pargesian army soldiers on site. This shelling was a serious violation of international law and human rights by the army of the nation. Alright, let's just upload it because who the hell cares? I mean, I'm all about the truth. We don't want to spin this, right? I don't know what we can get out of this. That is how he ended up with us, yes. Wait, we don't get to take any of the actual info that said that we shelled the school, though. Raban Vart, the only civilian. I don't see any hint to his students there. I thought he had rescued a lot of his students. Here comes his article. We must end this. Get me a narrative. I don't think we're doing a very good job at getting narratives, to be honest with you. Had to be protected by the army. Huh, the power of the people. What did he do to deserve that? What happened there? The national government kills civilians. Oh my god. Look at that picture. To be clear, yes, it is true that I invited soldiers of the Pargesian army to my school in Prava. This fact is taken entirely out of context in order to fabricate a new story aiming to destroy me. The only reason I hired the Pargesian army was to protect Prava Secondary. If you don't believe me that the national government are preposterous liars, here's another truth for you. My school was not bombed by troops of the Pargesian army at all. The national government ordered the shelling of Prava Secondary and blamed Pargesian soldiers. I cannot say Pargesian soldiers in a row like that. Because they wanted to prove to the media that they were needed in Parges to protect the Pargesian people. Instead, they destroyed everything I loved in my hometown. This is what your government does to the innocent, to the weak. This is why I shall, from now on, call them national murderers. I like how you don't give any info. Like, why don't you or give a link, give any sources? You just say things. Alright, so this is an old thing, I believe. So what's new here? Whoops. Raban Vart says, all my peoples. So he's a hero because he saved people, right? But he didn't. I cannot believe it. This man, this fraud, to claim he saved the students despite, we should have known. We should have known a long time ago. This is what Ilya must have lied about for him. All these lies make me sick. But there is a silver lining. This is all we need. No need to construct a narrative. This itself will be his undoing. Bring him down. Bring him down. Okay, I mean, I'll do it. 7:40. I've been working all day. Almost a 12-hour day. So, here we go. So he's a hero because he saved students, but he actually didn't save students, even though we don't give a shit that we actually bombed the school itself. You know, that's minor details, I guess. Apparently. Uh-oh, are they going on blabber? I knew it from the start. Wasn't it obvious from the beginning that he was no Pargesian hero? You never really took the truth that seriously anyway, did you, Raban? The truth? What do you claim to know about the truth? Are you a blabber bot? Oh my god. Take a look at blabber. You need to see this. This ignorant, miserable bunch. What? There are still far too many people standing by the people's voice. We have failed. This is it. We failed. Plain and simple. Our efforts are for naught. Dr. Nought? The riots before the presidential palace rage on unchecked. All we can do is hope for... What? Raban Vart started an announcement. I fear for the worst. This is the end, Agent. Ah, we failed? Wait, what the... Where's the announcement?
My dear followers, those of you who still remain, the story that has finally been spread by the despicable government mouthpiece, it is true. All of it. I never saved those children. Because I was too afraid. Because I ran for my life, eager of saving it before theirs. Here I now am, alive, and they aren't. I had so long forgotten about it, and now it's shaking me to my core. I believed that if I only tried hard enough, I could change things. That I could make things better for my people at home in Parges. I believed I could fight against the corrupt, evil, rotten politicians longing for power at the people's expense. I believed I could free my home country from these parasites and go back home. If only I twisted words long enough. We all need a reliable base on which our world is based. Our truth. This was mine. But now I realize that I've been living a lie. Not only a lie that made you believe in me, but a lie that allowed me to forget who I actually was. A far too comfortable lie. Only one thing is worse. Knowing that even as I speak, you all continue. Carry on, fight on with all your fury, perpetuating that very lie endlessly. Creating new truths based on fake claims put out there ages ago. What will become of this world when everybody has their own truth? What will be real? Dependable? Everything will be nothing. Truth is dead. And I killed it that very day I was too afraid to speak up and correct a mistake. But no longer. This story has to end on my terms. There's hardly anything more concrete than a bullet. It creates a tangible, uncomfortable fact. The very thing needed for a resurrection of truth.
So, I think he took his life because he had to spend all day typing. No, but really. First off, I am listening to this way too loudly in my headset, and I knew that the shot was coming. I still jumped. Second, nice. So, I guess we succeeded? I mean, we got rid of him. Raban. We got rid of him. I don't know, like, I assume, what am I trying to say? He gave up too easily. Like, I thought we lost. I actually thought we lost the game, but it almost seems like, regardless of how far we got, because we didn't get everywhere we wanted to in terms of finding all the backstories, like, we still don't know what happened or what why his parents were punished. We don't know that. I feel like we don't know things about Ilya. I'm sure he had a crush on Karen, but really, was that it? Like, that's it? So I don't know. But I feel like we definitely could have ignored more data chunks to put into Orwell and gotten further in the story. and it seemed like he was gonna kill himself regardless of how far we got. Because after Ampleford said like we didn't get enough info, we failed, he still killed himself. So I feel like that's the outcome regardless of how far we got, and that's a little unfortunate because I wouldn't mind losing, because I mean the nation did bomb that place and we still took him down. So we took out a guy who was a liar, I guess, by not claiming that the kids all died, but who was also truthful because the nation did bomb it. So there's a lot of gray area, as you can tell with the screen in the back. And those credits were super fast, so I'm done talking, and I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. We'll probably go to the main screen. We'll see if anything fun happens, because I always like to see what happens at the end of the credits, and to give credit to, you know, to whom credit is due. But yeah, we're just loading, so yeah, that's it. So this is how Orwell, Ignorance is Strength ends. So I guess I'll sum it up with how I feel. Too short, first off, but that was probably because we were like spoiled with 5 days in the first game and only 3 actual days in this game. I think if I remember correctly, we started on day 3. Like this game started on the original day 3. I believe I just hit my microphone with my finger, so hopefully that wasn't too loud. I just did it again, but my face itches. Okay, there, I got it. And yeah, really short. It seemed like it was an abrupt ending. Like, I don't know. I understand that guy, like, I would have gone Ilya's route, running away, as opposed to the old-fashioned suicide method. But, you know, to each their own, whatever floats their boat, whatever gets them on to the next life, because Ilya's probably going to get captured somewhere. I don't know, who knows. Parges again. So, anyway, Ignorance is Strength. That is the game that we just played, and I hope you enjoyed it. Great story. We could have dug deeper, but, you know, we did what we did. So if you're interested, play it and see what you get, and let me know. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and maybe I will see you in another series. Until then, take care, be safe, and watch out for all those, you know, fake news stories. Ta-ta, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.